this video, I'm going to show you how to do forward chassis. So, to explain how to do the forward chassis, I'm going to show you going in an anti-clockwise direction. You want to start, feet together, arms are going to turn to face the center of the circle that you're going to be traveling on. Here, I'm going to bend and put my weight onto my outside foot. From there, I'm going to push and transfer, like with the forward pump, but I lift my foot off at the back. So I'm here, I bend, push, and I transfer, and then I rise up and bring my feet together to do a two-footed glide on a curve. So we've got the bend, push, transfer, two-footed glide on the curve, and then a one-footed glide on an inside edge. You see? After the feet have been together, we just lift the foot up nice and close to the skating leg like this. You don't want to do your chassé. You don't want to bring it in and leave it out wide or here or any kind of variation you see a lot of people doing when they're trying to learn this move. So see, three simple steps. Push, feet together, lift the leg, and push, feet together, lift the leg. That's the easiest way to start learning this move. You want to try and practice it along if you have hockey markings in your rink, try going along the center circle or one of the circles at the end. Just follow that line around with those three simple steps. When you find that you can do the forward chassis both ways, with the 3, 1, 2, 3, and together, you want to try and then advance onto the next stage, which is, again, you start your weight on the outside foot, you push, transfer, feet together, lift, and from here, I'm going to bend while staying on one leg, and then push and transfer, feet together, lift, bend, my weight is here, and I'm going to push and transfer, rise up, feet together, lift and bend, okay? So we're eliminating the lift, we're eliminating the putting the feet down and then bending on 2 feet now. The final stage of mastering a forward chassis is now we're going to advance. Instead of doing 1, 2, 3, we're going to blend the second and third part together. So it's going to have a 2 count. 1, we're going to rise up, and 2, when we chassé, we bend immediately to push, rise up, and bend immediately. Push and bend. Still with the same technique. You always, to push off, your weight's always on the outside foot, bend, push, and transfer. Rise up, rebend. You always have to make sure you rebend before you push. Some common mistakes you want to avoid when doing the forward chassé is as you bend here and you push, leaving your weight too far back and skate in like that. You want to make sure as you push off that your weight transfers to the new foot. Another common mistake you want to avoid is when you've done the chassé, you've lifted, you're in this position, is people often they don't rebend and they fall straight onto the next foot. See a lot of people doing that. You really have to make sure that from the chassé you rebend to push and transfer. Don't fall onto the next foot. Another thing is having the hips too far back. When you start, if your hips are back here and you bend and you try and push, your foot's just going to flick off the ice like that. You really need the hips nice and underneath you here, so that as you push off, you have an efficient push like that, not a skid off the ice. So while you're doing these chassis, you really want to make sure that your body's rotated to face the center of the circle. If I do some, you see, so I'm doing my chassis, I'm always facing the center point here of the circle I'm on. Once you get used to doing the chassis like this, you can then try different arm positions. It's possible as well to do the chassis with the same foot as arm leading, like this. Just lean a little bit more over into the circle, still the transfer, I rise up, still rebend with my weight on this side, push and transfer. It's good to be able to do the chassis with either the with the opposite side leading or the same side leading. And of course, you have to really practice them both ways as well. It's very important.